I hope our internet's okay.
I hope so too.
If you're in here, let us know if you can hear us.
Good morning. Good. Okay, cool. You can hear us.
Oh, hey. Okay, cool. Got it. Cool.
Good, good, good. Thanks, Joe and Lady DJ, for everyone that is watching this on the replay. We're going to go back to doing our lives on first Saturday of each month at
That we're
10
gonna
a.m.
try. Yeah. Yeah.
where,
Really?
where are you located, Joe?
We always feel that about the East Coast people putting us on schedules. But must be West.
Hey, Terry. How's the weather where you're at?
We're having rain that we didn't expect until tomorrow. Like, they said nothing about rain today. They said beautiful sunshine today. But I think I've had a whole day outside already in the rain this morning, taking care of the birds.
Mhm. Oh, Joe is in LA, Los Angeles. Cool. Well, welcome. Sorry we had to get up early for this. You got up about the same time we got up just to take care of the chickens and animals and stuff.
Oh, in LA?
Yep.
Oh, my daughter's visiting out there, and we have a niece out there right now.
Nicole Gross is out in California. That's my teammate for the MIG Grow Off. So Joe, you should check her channel out. Send some rain back there. How often does it rain in there in Cali where y'all are at?
We're actually in a drought right now.
Yeah, so but we're going into our rainy season. Last year,
We had an abundance of
yeah, it
rain.
was the most rain that this county have seen in a while. It almost rained about 7 inches per week. Our area was getting flooded.
And it was our first time here, so we didn't know, is this normal for here? But we did talk to a lot of our neighbors, and they told us it was a lot more than usual.
So Terry said, "Oh, sunny and cold in Michigan."
I'll take that sun. How about
Yeah.
that? I just need the sun. I need that.
Good morning, Karen from South Carolina. Oh, excuse me. Creative Girl Homestead. Welcome. Where are you from? Or where? Not from. Well, I guess I could say where you're from and where you're located if they're different.
Like if you have a state, tell us like north, south, or like the nearest big cities.
Hey, Miss Shantae B, Shantae Sachet, where you located and from? Terry said she is trying to organize her pantry.
Good luck with that.
We tried.
We need to.
It's just the kitchen is so it's so unorthodox. Is that the word?
No.
No. Orthodox.
Don't use the big words, please.
It's so strange. It's so strange. And so whenever we get many suns and moons from now, once we get all our infrastructure set up,
it's just not a priority right now. Like we have other fishes to fry, especially with infrastructure, everything outside. And the reason that we actually picked this home was that it was comfortably livable inside, manageable, something we didn't really need to address with doing stuff for at least 5 years, so that we could focus on the outside, which has so much stuff that we need to do and that we've been doing. We were up until like 11 o'clock working on a project last night out in the shop.
Yeah. And that it's what most of these projects I try to do on the weekend, because by the time I get home, by the time I get home on the weekdays, it's like 6:30. So,
and he thinks he's got like 4 days for his 2-day weekend, and he's like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm already sitting there like, we are probably like, I'm already like, okay, pick those 4 things.
Anyway, so Joe said it actually downpoured 2 nights ago, but we're still dry. Miss Queen said it's hot here in Orlando, Florida. Oh, nice. Would like some sun. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna get some sun. Don't rush on the sun.
Any day.
A lot of people take that like, I wish spring and summer get here. No, you don't. It's too hot in Texas to be wishing that. I haven't planted anything yet this year. We've planted some things, and some things we got to up pot.
Yeah, you guys don't see it, but we're facing our grow racks that have plants on them.
Yeah, we'll probably be doing a video about that here soon.
And we have more seeds that we need to get into some soil.
A lot of flowers, a lot of herbs, so we're way, way behind.
Where's that seed packet? I just got a new thing that he was like, oh, why'd you get that?
Hey, Miss Queen. Bronx, New York. Cool. Where is everyone from and where they're located? Farming our backyard. Farming our backyard says they're at Northwest Ohio, 70 degrees forecast. Okay.
Nice. I like that.
Nicole, you're close to San Francisco.
I used to live not very far from there. I love it. I love the microcosms or microclimates.
Oh,
I know it was a big word too. The microclimates. But San Francisco, I loved driving there from San Jose and driving down Highway 1 to like Big Sur and Monterey. It was one of my favorite drives when I lived out there.
Creative Girl Homestead said she's at Orangeburg. I hope I said that right. It's right there on Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Miss Queen, don't be making fun of me. I already got one person making fun of me. That's pretty funny. My pantry is a mess, so unorganized. What are we working on? What are we not working on? That's the whole ordeal.
It's funny because we'll like be talking about this stuff, and then like one of us an hour later will be like, oh, and we got this, that. It's a lot. Like we just finished our second chicken tractor last night.
Yeah, our John Suscovich meat tractor. It's supposed to be the stress-free.
We did a modified version to make it lighter weight for me because it's a workout for me. I'm a little person. I'm very strong, but I'm 5'2", and like lifting the tractor and like moving it. It's a workout, and it should be. I like that I'm getting my exercise there because I don't have the gyms here that I had in the city.
What's a gym? Who's he? He better not be around here.
Yeah.
No, I try, since I'm the worker and I do my 9 to 5 plus some hours, I try to think of the infrastructure where it's easy on her, so that way it's not a struggle for her.
I think it's good practice though, for us to think of it that way because and we said this in the beginning, coming here, this is our place that we're going to be aging in place. So we need to always be thinking of how to make it easiest because inevitably, we're getting older and we need to make, okay. I'm getting older.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better? Yeah. Okay. I don't care. I embrace my age. I think I look great for my age, so I'm good. You do. Shush. No, I'm just saying, like, I feel thankful to be in the health that I am right now, because I know a lot of people don't, or have limitations, and I know that that's a reality. Like, that's going to happen. So I want to make it as easy as possible. I don't want to break myself doing this stuff. I want to do it as long as I can and enjoy it as long as I can. I also still want to go on trips with him, and I want it to be as easy as possible for a farm sitter, which we actually are going to be going somewhere at the end of this month. So it's nice to be able to kind of get things set up to make it easy for somebody to help you.
Yeah. And that's my whole ordeal is I try to make everything easy for her and everybody else because I know with me, I'll just manhandle it. I might even break it because I'll be manhandling so much, but it gets done. All right.
Good morning, Granny's Garden.
Oh, Bluegrass Homestead from Kentucky.
Oh, she just had her baby girl, and it's
did she?
Yes.
You didn't tell me.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's so cute.
All right. Gardening is always Joseph. Gardening is always being behind. Yes, it is. It's like we can never catch a hit, and then when you do, something happens. So it's like you win.
I had a little conversation with myself this week about just I'm in this season of being in our new place. This time last year, we knew we were moving. We were in the middle of selling our house. I want to say almost exactly a year ago, I saw this place online. We couldn't grow like we did. And I found myself this week feeling overwhelmed and feeling like I wasn't going to get a lot of the things I want to do. Like, there's like all these things I want to do, but having to prioritize. But I was just like, I feel like I'm walking in failure every day right now. Does anybody else feel that like with stuff? Because I feel like we're, like setting so many things up, and he's Mr. Positive. I am not. I'm not.
Like, she's like, oh my God, it's raining right now. I'm like, yes, the grass is going to get fed with all the fertilizer and all this other. Or maybe we get enough rain to fill the pond up or this and that. We have so many projects to do. It's raining.
I'm a task-oriented person. So I'm like, okay, we got XYZ to do. And like, I feel good when I'm working on a project and getting it done. I don't feel comfortable relaxing. And that's that's my problem is I have a hard time relaxing when there's stuff to do.
Terry, we will be talking about that. Yes, we will be growing some citrus in our high tunnel. We just got word that we did get approved for a high tunnel and our water catchment system, even though it's not the kind that we wanted, but something is better than nothing. So we'll take it.
I am not going to like insult a gift horse.
Yeah. Mrs. Fizz, thank you. What kind of roast what are you going to have with your roast there? Miss Granny's Garden, how are you? Let everyone know where you're from and where you're at, unless they're different. 50 in April.
I'm coming right up on you, Nicole.
Happy early birthday if I don't catch up with you by then. You don't look a day over 40.
I would say 30.
30, okay.
29. Fine. Forever 29.
Forever 29. You're going to be like my sister now.
Yeah.
Terry says, Tori's going to be strong like bull.
Well, it's funny because I am very strong. I've always been just very, very strong. But
TS Dog and Dragonflies, welcome. For everybody that just came in the chat, let everyone know where you're from and where you're at. Mrs. Queen, y'all, she said y'all are still young. Don't worry about it. Duval City Girl Garden, welcome. That's my teammate right there from the MIG Grow Off.
And you guys have what? This is the last.
This is the last month. We're gonna be doing a video. We're going to be doing a premiere video. We'll tell y'all a little bit about that at the 30-minute mark. Oh, we got Hassan says hello from Turkey. What is the weather there in Turkey? Please let us know. Oops, sorry. Gilmore, Arkansas by Star Massner. Hope I said your last name right. Welcome. UT What's going on?
Oh, UT, it's been forever. I know you guys got stuff growing.
Yeah, they are out in Utah. I believe they just moved to a different location now.
I saw a tomato video you guys did not too long ago. I was watching over his shoulder.
That's funny. TNS is out in Northern California. Cool. We got some California folks up in here. So Mrs. Fish said, oh my gosh, the roast we put in shallots, red and yellow onions. Oh, so many carrots, celery, and a bunch of mushroom, beef stock, and some ooh, that sounds good.
See, all those things taste good separately, so it's only going to be magic when you put it together. That's my thinking. When I'm cooking, it's about like if it tastes good individually, it's going to taste good together. That's going to be great.
Yeah. Star said, "You both of you did all. Thank both of you for all the garden and projects." And hey, no problem. If you were actually, now that we're getting into more of the growing seasons, I love doing experiments, and so we have this nice experiment that we're going to be doing. I got to get the ingredients, but I'll tell y'all a little bit
TC
about
Games is in here.
Hey, what's going on, TC Games?
How are you doing?
So,
and we just came across his seed book. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that would make me think of you. Yeah. We were unpacking our books and stuff.
We're finally getting to that stuff.
Yeah, and I saw your book that you had sent us. I was like, I wonder.
I know. He started asking me, "Is he okay?"
So we've
had so much stuff.
We need to stay in better contact, man. We got to make sure you're doing well. But speaking of books, I got this book that I'm dying to read.
Where's that?
In my truck.
Because that's where books get read when you're driving.
Yeah, I'll be driving and I'll be reading. Driving and reading.
No.
But I got the Justin Rhodes book, and I've heard so much good things about this book. I'm excited to read this. I posted on our community page Wednesday. I'm trying to be more active in our community page on YouTube. She does the Instagram and the TikTok and whatever other social media stuff. I just basically deal with Facebook and YouTube.
You don't do Facebook. I do Facebook.
Okay, well, I just do YouTube then.
No, he just asked me. He was like, or you told me, I'm going to do the community page. And I was like, okay, awesome. Because otherwise it wouldn't be done.
No, and I just basically doing it just to get more interaction through everyone. The best way to get a reach of us is Instagram, because if I'm not able to view the message due to my job, she's on it, and vice versa.
Sometimes, because we have a shared account, sometimes he's like, oh, and he'll like answer something, and I don't know that he answered something because it's supposed to be what I do there. On Instagram. That's what I hear all the time. I'll do like a list of chores and get all kinds of stuff done. And he comes home and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. He's like, why are you tired? What you been doing all day? And I'm like, really? I quit.
You can't quit.
I tell him I quit.
You can't quit. Mrs. Nakid Garden, you will be sharing more. Yes, she will. That is one of the reasons why we got next week or this weekend, we're going to be planting a lot of flowers and a lot of herbs. I just put an order in for Bootstrap Farmer to get some of their trays and their seedling packs.
And if y'all don't know about Bootstrap Farmer trays,
like, oh man.
And we're not affiliated with them.
No, unless they want us to be.
I know, right?
But their trays, I know those plastic trays that we normally get from Walmart or the big box stores, those flimsy.
I can carry it full on one arm because I'm constantly, especially when we're hardening stuff off, that's when it comes in like a champ. So
I would definitely suggest if this is your first year garden, I wouldn't suggest getting it until you feel that you like gardening. because gardening can be stressful, but it will teach you patience.
And it's investment.
It is an investment. Your
you
first year
it.
will be a big investment. So take your time with it.
But we're on our 4th year with these trays that nothing. I mean, like, I think 1 or 2 had cracked and they replaced some of them.
2-year warranty on it. High durable plastic. You can basically put them in the dishwasher to sanitize them in between seasons, whatever.
Mm-hmm. I love those things.
So Joe, it's just basically you go to our main page on YouTube and there's a tab called the community, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I post different things just to get a feel of how our audience is. Wednesday was what type of books are you reading? Yesterday was if somebody came to your house, what type of food would you cook? Would it be from the garden? Things of that nature. Terry said, my husband put together a beef roast and it's in the oven right now.
Oh, TC Games. He was saying up there that he just does YouTube and email is just fine.
Yeah, email is fine as well.
I miss it sometimes,
yeah,
but I'll eventually, like, it just takes longer.
Email to get a faster response. Instagram, a message,
the fastest.
We'll get it. Get us some information or get back with you. Mrs. Fizz, I ended up with the Justin Rose book 2. It's coming today. Still kind of scared to read it because I remember you talking about that was one of she was answering that question about there. Just take it. What I do because of my ADHD, I think I was never diagnosed or tested with it, but I think I might.
He has it.
You don't know that. You're not a doctor or played one on TV.
I worked with a bunch of doctors. I know. I know ADHD when I
work around with a lot of rich people, but I ain't rich.
I wish it worked like that.
So I try to do one chapter at a time and just kind of pace it. We used to, when we first got here, try to read be our reading day every Thursday, since we don't really watch much TV.
We don't watch TV, honestly.
On that much, I would say. But anyway.
I don't.
Yeah.
I fall asleep. The TV watches me because, like, I'm always, like, doing stuff. So as soon as I sit still, I go to sleep.
And that's fine, TC. I mean, we always get in contact with you. I just didn't know about where your well-being was. That kind of scared me personally, because once I saw your book, I was like, have you heard anything?
Yeah.
Let's see. TS said we love their trays. Great to have been using it for 4 years. They are tremendous. And now that we have a bigger area to grow in, we had to order.
We have a ton. He actually is funny because a whole stack came in.
Y'all heard I'm funny, so I'm going on the road. I'm a comedian.
He wants to be a traveling comedian. And it's funny because yesterday we were talking about doing some processing classes, showing people on how to process chickens. And I was like, this is your chance, babe. You could be a comedian. It could be like this combined thing. You're going to have to put together your own little show. But no, those trays. So he ordered some more, and he didn't know that we have more in a box out in the shop. He didn't tell me that he was ordering some. But you also got those cells, which
it's perfect for flowers and market gardening.
How many cells are in the
thing? It's 200. You could plant 200 seeds in each one of those flats.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Mrs. Fizz, where are you at and where are you located? I could tell you some great content creators to follow. And what would you like to do? Like herbs, medicinal plants, projects, those types of things.
And that's the thing with, it's good. Like, I like to be in touch with people in other areas and kind of hear what their struggles are, because as a gardener, sometimes you think like everybody's experiencing what you are. It's good to have people in your area so that you kind of know that you're, like, especially when there's certain infestations going on with certain bugs attacking tomatoes and squash bugs. You want to know people in your area so you can kind of hear what the norm is or how they're dealing with a situation. For us, I think that's why we did that, but we also like to know how things are going in other areas.
Yeah. Mrs. Fizz says, I like putting YouTube in the background when I'm doing things, both noise and extra views for YouTube. See, I like watching. My commute is about an hour and 15 minutes, so I like to watch longer content on my drive. Well, I wouldn't say watch, but I listen and kind of watch when I'm at a standstill pace, whatever like that.
It's more vlog stuff you listen to on the
vlogs
drive.
And some other things, but I like that because it gives me an idea of how different people do things, and maybe we can incorporate that with our method.
We're always looking for like a better way to do the stuff that we do. I hope we never stop learning. So I'm glad that he listens to it a lot more than I do. I'm more of a music person.
Yeah. And Nicole, yes, this is a great community. When we first officially started back in 2019, I mean, it was just amazing how much and how people helped each other out. I mean, some of these big channels, we were scared to reach out to them, and I would just ask them a question, and now some of them are our mentors and whatnot. So
yeah, and that's a big thing, especially as a content creator in this niche, this gardening. Oh, Star, thank you. That was so sweet of you.
Thanks, Star. Appreciate that.
That is so sweet. Thank you. In this community, especially when you're a content creator, it's really important with the niche of gardening or homesteading, or even if it's like a cooking thing, to get somebody that is a mentor, that is a content creator, because there's a bunch of stuff that comes up that you just like. I know we've kind of hit a wall on some things or didn't understand things, and it was good to have mentors to talk to.
Yeah. And that's the good thing about anything that you do in life with homesteading and whatnot. You learn from your experience. I mean, nothing's ever going to be perfect, but you will get an experience on how to improve that method and that process. So.
But grow community. I think that's been the biggest thing for me, because I'm more of an introvert and he's an extrovert. And I'm realizing with what we're doing that the value of community, like how important it is to embrace others that are doing or wanting to do some of the things that you're doing.
Yeah. Yes, please. If y'all new to the channel, please hit that like button, smash that like button, so that way look at that silly cat. So that way YouTube could promote our channel out to other people that have an interest like that. Farmer Tyler Ranch, good morning. Good morning. Why your name sound familiar?
It's very
Are we going to be seeing you at the end of this month?
I'm going to have to look at that list again.
I am out. I am out in Iowa, so lots of farming lands. I think my growing region is 5B. Okay, good job. How many years have you been gardening? Star, buy some seeds and show us more content. Man, we got some seeds coming in from Baker's Creek.
I just got, okay, I wanted to show these.
Go ahead,
because, one of my struggles during the summer, especially here in Texas, is I really miss like lettuce and greens, because we really can't get them to grow very well. But this was a new one that I saw on Baker's Creek, and it's supposed to be pretty heat tolerant. So this is going to be my experiment. It's supposed to do just fine up to 90 degrees. So, and this is very high in vitamin A. And it was just like, I was reading, because I loved hot soy, and it's in that same family, and I'll be able to use it in stir fries or even like in a salad. So that's going to be a fun thing for me to test out.
So Miss Queen, she said she ordered some worms. All right.
Hey, did you get the
what kind of worms did you get? And are you going to do a worm bin, or or what type of are you going to do the in-ground bucket? I love talking about soil, improving soil and worms. That's my thing.
This will be your guy to ask questions on that.
What's going on, Sunday Backyard Farmer?
Hey. Good morning.
Hello. Oh, quietly gardening. Hello.
You're so silly.
How are you? Terry asked why I don't do direct seeding. I have an OCD on gardening. That's probably like my only thing I have an OCD about. When I plant things up, I like to see them germinate at the same rate. And when you direct sow, sometimes you have a good germination, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you have a best amazing germination. So I hate seeing those empty spots. That's why I prefer, I would say some things I don't do inside, but I prefer growing them, starting my seeds inside, so that way they germinate at the same rate, and I know where I can plant them at, and I don't have to rush to germinate or wondering if they're ever going to come up. That's just me though. Okay, cool, Tyler. I look forward to seeing you as well. We'll be there.
Okay, I was just
Saturday.
looking at the list. Yeah.
And somebody else is going to be there Saturday. So I'll hit you up sidebar, and we'll go from there.
That's cool.
Terry said, you guys, this year I'm planting the loofah seeds you sent me. Oh, hey, how many in your household? And I will only plant.
I can't wait to plant some.
I will only plant 2 seeds because they start off slow, and you're going to see all of these things. You'll be like, man, this loofah plant is like taking forever. But after towards the end of the summer, you're going to get loofahs out of the yin yang. Now, the good thing about loofahs, though, if you do plant more, you can eat them while they're young.
When they're babies,
yeah,
like take them right, because then they get very, very bitter if you don't eat them when they're really little.
Yeah, I would do maybe like 4 when they get like 4 or 6 inches.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't go longer than my hand.
Yeah, because you're gonna have we still got loofahs in there that we haven't even used.
I'm gonna come back around to it. It's just kind of been put on a hold for us because we really need to get our established spaces before I can really get serious about it again.
Emma, hola amigos, ¿cómo estás?
Hey girl. I hope you do that Zoom thing. We are interested.
Yeah,
in it.
Hit us up if you're interested. If you want us on there. Yeah. Emma is out of Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm. And we just did a nesting box. I put a picture on Instagram. It was an idea we actually got from Emma.
She has a easy, simple design. And I was just making it all complex on the one that we had before. And I was like, you know what? I forgot
which
Emma.
Is a thing that you do. You do make, like when it comes to builds, a little more complicated. I'm glad that we kind of bounce off of each other a little bit. But yeah, so you helped him out, Emma, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's just one sheet of plywood and zip, and I think I built that thing in went under an hour. It was
fast. I was like, he has never built anything that fast before.
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
And the chickens now lately been loving that out of all of them.
Yeah, initially I had to put some fake eggs in there, which one of them went missing, and I don't even know.
I don't know what happened. Miss Fizz said this will be her 3rd year gardening, and we're going from 14 5-gallon buckets to adding 2 raised beds. My seeds just came in the other day too, and my veggies in the future. That's awesome. We started off with container garden, so we know that issue. We started in a container garden, then we went to raised beds, and then we did even bigger raised beds. Now we did
shelf racks and put even more containers. And even now here, I feel like while we're building our soil, container gardening is the best way to control your medium to grow things. But we're also in Texas, and the heat here, it's a double-edged sword with the containers.
Yeah, we don't know. We thought this was also 8A, but
We
found
didn't
out
even
that
know.
just going an hour north of us was now we're considered 7B. So
We're relearning. It's different.
yeah, so now I got to relearn this whole temperature. Hopefully, it's a little. I looked on the USDA growing zone. It says we're a little bit cooler, so we might be able to grow slicer tomatoes, which why we got a lot of slicer tomatoes now. So
I really am hoping that this new area that we're in will give me the tomato success I did not have. I mean, we had success with like cherry tomatoes, but I really want like big heirloom. And I've been believed in our area that we couldn't, but we might now.
Yeah. And the reason why we was able to grow like tomatillos, cherry, and plum tomatoes because our old place had a big old white oak tree, and it basically
shaded out everything.
Yeah, and so if you have a shady area, partial shade or shaded area, plants like those cherry tomatoes, plum tomatoes, and paste tomatoes will do well for you.
And in the summer, in our in the hot area we were at, those were good areas for brassicas.
Yeah.
So,
Mad Acres, welcome. Is this both of y'all or just the Mr. or Mrs.? Matt says hello. It said, she put Mrs. Queen
hey,
put
Matt.
Mrs. Queen put it said red composting worms and mealworms. Oh.
Okay. The red wigglers.
That's cool.
Or are they called red composting or are they red wigglers?
Red composting.
Okay. And you have the
European night crawlers.
Yeah, which did best for us.
But now that I know that we're in 7B,
we might get away with doing.
I might could do those composting worms. But in 2 more months, I got to divide up those beds or those bins that I have now.
So our experience with red wigglers, they really wiggle, like they escaped. They were escape artists.
Yeah.
And we could not, we were trying to keep them contained.
I guess they were just always too stressed by the time they got to our place because they were always crawling up the side of the bin.
They were killing themselves.
Yeah.
And so that might have just been.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you.
I like that we can move it around because here, part of what we're doing with all of our animal stuff, whether it be an eggmobile or a duck hutch or whatever, we don't want permanent structures. And that really allowed us to be flexible, the nesting box. We actually, this past week, we realized that we have ducks that are laying eggs.
Yes.
And I really think it's Blanche and Rose because there are older girls that were gifted to us from a neighbor, and they're the same age as all of our chickens. And so they've never laid eggs before. So I really think that it's them laying the eggs right now.
The thing with ducks, geese, and turkeys, they're seasonal. I believe they're seasonal layers. So they lay around the springtime up until the end of summer, I believe. So I'm very excited about those.
I like that we've raised them since babies because our chickens, they're excited to see us when we go out there. They all have personalities. I understand why there's crazy chicken people. He's constantly looking at more to buy, and I'm the one.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I'm taking care
I'm doing
of them. That's rude. Okay?
No, you saying rude to me. That's rude.
You have to consult the person that's doing all the stuff, and I say no.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
I don't care. I'm doing it. Quietly Gardner. Now, that's the reason why when I first separated from the Air Force, we were not looking for any. If that property had HOA, we was.
We were like, mm-mm.
Now, why do you want chickens? Is it for the eggs or for the meat?
Because I mean, there's alternative people with small backyards that cannot do like certain animals.
You're welcome.
Because of HOA or because of noise. Like, there's some HOAs and there are people that are raising meat in their backyards. It's just usually quail or rabbits, which I'm not on the rabbit train right now, but he's trying to sell me on that.
We're about to head to some friends of ours that are going to introduce her to some rabbits. Nicole, did you have a coop for them? Did you let them free range? Did you have a protective shelter? Do you know what they was killed by?
Hawks are pretty bad aerial predators, but she's out in California, so I'm wondering what predator problem you had.
Do you know what type of chickens you want, Miss Fizz?
I definitely have some opinions on good chickens. If you have questions.
Bill and Carrie, welcome. Good morning. Where are y'all from? And where you're at, if it's different. For those that are still coming in from the live, jumping in now, we do these live once a month at 10 o'clock, the first Saturday of each month, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We used to do that, and then when we moved out here, our internet hadn't been super great, so we're just now trying to get back into the swing of things. And honestly, we've had a lot of projects. As he said earlier, the weekends is for his projects, and so I've become kind of like the time Nazi, prioritizing, hey, we don't have time to do anything but actually build what we said we need to get done.
So Terry said, I wish you'd show more chickens and turkeys. Now the turkeys, they're in the freezers, so we can't show more of those.
Well, I mean, we're going to smoke some tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
we are going to be getting some in April. So, and speaking of turkeys, Bland's Promised Land Ranch, they got some turkeys, and we're gonna steal some of their turkey eggs. I'm just letting them know. So if I get caught, it's not really stealing. If I tell them,
whatever, watch your eggs, hide your eggs.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your eggs.
Because we do have an incubator.
Just letting you know.
So silly.
Eve Wolf killing themselves. That sounds very unfortunate. Oh, what? Hey.
How'd they kill themselves? Probably getting into something. Chickens are the silliest about. Like just yesterday, one guy was messing around on something she shouldn't have been and fell through. I haven't had one kill themselves yet, but one of them was on a board that fell on him. One of my favorite rooster that he always greets me, and I went out and he didn't greet me, and I was in a panic. I was looking everywhere, and then I saw one of our boards had fallen over. And I lifted it up, and he just he was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not dead. And I said hi to him and checked him out, and he just jumped up like nothing happened, but he could have died.
Yeah. Miss Fitz says duck eggs. She heard duck eggs are made for bacon. Yes, because they have a higher fat content.
Great for baking.
That was the first thing we had on our property. For those that are new to our channel, when we first got to this property, we had some wild ducks. Our neighbors across the street, or not across, but next door to us, the wild ducks there would come into our pond and be splashing, and then be
they were laying eggs all over
random places. So it was like an Easter egg hunt every day.
I loved it.
Yeah, and
that was our first time having duck eggs.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness.
And these are free range. They don't feed them or anything.
And so we were like, yes, let's get some ducks. And then the hawk was like, I want ducks too.
Yeah.
So Star said he bought, are you a male or female? Let me know. I bought a black water trough, and I'm making a. Oh, that's awesome, cool. You know how many gallons it is? We have two.
Where do you get your compost worms?
We got them from Uncle Jim's. Uncle Jim's.
Yeah, Uncle Jim's.
Yeah, Uncle Jim's
Worm
Worms.
Farm.
Website. They have awesome deals. We're not affiliated with them. They have awesome deals every now and then. Get involved with their email thing. I'm about to check now that we're in 7B to see what we can get.
Now, who we are affiliated with, because we don't have it on here, is Redmond Real Salt. You know what? I actually feel complimented that they asked us to be affiliated, learning about them and the salt. A lot of you, some of you know, some of you don't know, like what brought us even into this lifestyle is we were foodies first. And as foodies, we wanted to grow herbs. And I mean, we always cook. That's actually what brought us together, even as a couple, is we both were interested in each other's cooking and stuff like that. And so Himalayan salt is a really, really popular salt. And I'm sure a lot of you here, especially if you're foodies, are like, oh, yeah, that's my favorite salt. Well, that's not American made, but Redmond Real Salt that we are affiliated with is, and it's better than the Himalayan salt. So I just want to share that with you guys, that we are affiliated with them, but we're proud to be affiliated with them.
Yeah. Nicole said, well, oh, wait, let's go with Blaine. Most ducks lay. Well, see, we have these ducks now. They were almost that we got them.
They never, yeah, they didn't, and they were the
They're
same.
9 months old, so shouldn't have been laying like 3 months ago.
And they have not had any place to hide them, mind you. Like, I will see it if they. And matter of fact, the eggs that I'm finding now are in the hutch. Like, they're doing it at night.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them, and we just happen to have 2 girls that are 9 months old. The 2 that were gifted to us, and the others, and it was weird because we even have circled on our written notes on our calendar about
they should be starting this next week, actually.
Meaning our Welsh Harlequins, which are younger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden some eggs started showing up, and one of the chickens that is in with them, she had been acting funny a few days before, like she was egg bound or something. And so I was thinking maybe she was laying the really thin skinned eggs because they looked weird and it was white, and all of our girls like lay brown or like mauve colored eggs, and these are like straight up white.
Mm-hmm. Nicole Grove said, wild animal, then bird in the backyard, like they were coming back for like about chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, we learned from our mentors that you definitely have to secure predator-proof
hardware cloth, not chicken.
Yeah, don't
wire.
get the chicken wire. Chicken wire just like a playpen for a dog. They just be able to get right through that.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was able to do every time we did the Justin Rose chick shawl, the duck shawl. Even though we do have a Gallagher Premier fence, that is amazing.
I'm a huge, huge fan of electrified poultry netting.
Yeah. Eve Wolf, thank you for stopping by. So you named your ducks after the Golden Girls. That's awesome. Yes. So this is the reason why we named them that.
There is a reason. She is Blanche.
So Blanche, they was gifted to us by our neighbor because they had some ducks, and I guess some type of predator got 2 of the ducks, so they gave us the remaining 2. So we slowly integrated them with the chickens, and Rudy Roo would.
He was our most alpha
chicken at the
rooster at the time.
And so that was his first piece of tail, was the ducks. And we was like, what, Rudy, you're doing the wrong animal. And then after that, she would be submissive. She'd be like, wah, wah, wah.
And they followed him around.
Yeah. And so we're like, look at Blanche. I'm like, you know what? We're going to call her Blanche and call the other one Rose.
She named herself. She is definitely the Blanche spirit.
And Rose is definitely a Rose because she'd be out there. She'd be like doing some crazy stuff.
They're really, really funny.
I am a crazy chicken people.
Awesome. How many chickens do you have?
Emma said ducks should lay year round. They slow down just a bit, but not like. Well,
I don't know. With these two ducks, I don't know, but they didn't until just now at 9 months old. And the chickens, they were rock stars. They never stopped. Like we have neighbors that like their chickens were not laying, and we were over here like eggs coming out of our ear.
Yeah, out of the 24 chickens that we had,
20 some odd eggs a day.
Yeah, and throughout the whole winter, once they started laying, they. Terry said, I just bought some purple tomatillos and I've never seen those before. We have some, and the new layout I have, I'm going to put them more near the road. I did a homemade tomatillo.
It's delicious.
Verde.
So you did a fermented version,
but it wasn't. Emma, what's the Spanish word for purple? I keep on forgetting.
Because it wasn't the verde.
So it wasn't salsa verde. It was salsa.
It was the purple name.
Yeah. And it was good. We had, oh my God, I roasted it first and then I blended it all up and then I let it ferment for a little while. And I think that ferment was the key to that. We did ferment it with the Redmond salt.
And I have fermented with our peppers from out, and those have been the best salsas for us.
Nicole Bro said horrible because my children had a connection. Yeah, that's the sad thing about with our first two deaths from a predator. It was very bad.
But it's like we only have ourselves to deal with, like sad wise, when something like that happens. I think it would tear me up to see my kid, but my kids are grown, but I think I would have a harder time with it.
Okay, so Quietly Garden said eggs for right now. I'm looking for land. Oh, awesome. Do you know where you want the land to be at? Now, if I may be wrong, but maybe the people that have experience in here, maybe the Blands, they might have experience with this, or Mad Acres, they might have experience.
Or anybody that does.
But you can start with some quail. They're not loud. And they do lay eggs, even though the eggs are very small.
So it's like 4 of those eggs equal a regular egg.
Yeah. So you can get 20 quails. I'm not sure how many people in your household, but I think you could do 4 quails per person in your household.
And they're quiet.
I'm correct. My granny garden says, I always love watching your videos, even before you moved here. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I really miss that our raised beds. I wish I could have took those raised beds.
I really miss our raised beds too.
Yeah, this is our first year growing in ground.
I'm not a fan so far. Like my experience so far, I'm not a fan.
The only thing I don't like is bending over. That's the reason why I did. Well,
I was clearing out the beds this week, and like this is where I'm going to go back to the beginning of saying, like, I'm getting older. My back doesn't usually hurt like this, but it is.
I would love to hear your chicken opinions. I like Easter eggs for the fancy colors and silky chickens, but because I heard they're good hatch. The chickens that we have, that was supposed to be a good quality breed of chickens, and we got this information from the Fit Farmer. If y'all don't know him, he's a content creator, and he does a lot of chickens, ducks, and maybe some geese. But we was at one of the Homesteading Life conference in Hannibal, Missouri, hosted by Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And he gave us a list of chickens that were good. Well, he gave us a list of animals that were good for egg layers, a good list of chickens for meat, a good list of chickens for dual purposes.
It was nice to see it on a grid and see like kind of laid out, okay, like if I'm going to be multifunctional or as self-sufficient as possible, it gave us a good list to look at of a bird that's going to lay for us, or that would be great meat bird. And so we took that list into consideration. So we did the Barred Rock and the Rhode Island Reds, because those were supposed to be good layers and also supposed to be good broody hens. And that's proving to be correct. We can say that that is actually a fact.
And then with the naked necks, well, we had to go with the naked necks because of our name.
That was a nice surprise. The naked necks have a great personalities. They're really funny. I don't like the red ones.
The red ones are like cats. They don't like to be dealt with, touched.
They don't like to be touched, nothing. They like to come up and complain. But the black naked neck birds, they're the sweetest. Like they like to come up and they're very affectionate. And I really like what I like Sexy Black. What I forgot what she is.
Sexy Black is a black I can never say
Ostalorp.
that. Ostalorp. And then we got 10 rare ones. So I think there's some Wyandottes, Wyanettes, however you say it, and some bunch of random
Dominique.
ones. And those were just they said they were going to supposed to be dual. Mostly those were supposed to be dual purposes. So that way, if we didn't like any and we didn't get any meat chickens, we can put them in the freezer camp. So.
Now, my favorite roosters, favorite roosters is my Dominique, Dom. That's what we call him, and our white Brahma, Kevin. They are so sweet with the ladies. Dom specifically, my most favorite. To me, he's like the Latin lover of all the roosters because he goes and he checks on the girls when they're upset or distressed, and he's very protective and he greets me and walks with me. So does Cookie. Cookie is a Brahma. He's not a white Brahma. He's like a brown looking.
I don't know. They're chickens to me. So
they got those feathery feet.
You got a bunch of what? Rabbits? Turkey eggs? What?
He wants turkey eggs.
Tori needs a Chicken Mama t-shirt. It's funny because I haven't been shopping lately, but I normally try to wear some funny t-shirts in our videos, and I haven't really been on Instagram like I used to be.
I need the chicken tender. That's what I need. That's the shirt I need.
You gotta get with Jess to see if she can make a chicken tender shirt.
Yeah.
Eve Wolf, you were saying the worms were killing them. Yes, because worms, if they're stressed and when you have them in a worm bin, they will crawl up to the sides to escape, and then
they get caught and dry themselves out. They just dried out. Yeah,
because they have to be moist. So we always kept the soil moist, and so then we'll put them in a lid, and I would drill some tiny holes, but somehow they wind up out the holes.
The plastic lids, they would find a way to slide out of the edges like that. Hey, Broke Farmer, glad you can join us.
Where do you see it?
He's right there.
What's going on, Broke? So I had to do some investigating, and I saw that because the worms that we got were on the top layer. They stayed anywhere from the 2 to 4 inches, and the European night crawlers, they go deeper. And
which is better for us with our heat.
Yeah, and the good thing about the European night crawlers, they do well in either cold or hot temperatures. So
they've just been the best experience for us.
I would absolutely get rabbits once we get a fence. Kids go through it. Yes, we are.
And you can do a rabbit tractor too.
Yeah, you could do a rabbit tractor. I'm not sure how big your backyard is, but let me see.
What are you looking for? What book are you looking for?
Oh, here we go. So I got this Joel Salatin book, and it's not well for small.
He has another small one, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any plans for it. So most of these plans we're going to have to modify for a small infrastructure setup, farms to set up like ours. So, but cool.
We're kind of like starting to look at what our needs are, what the builds are, and then modifying to our needs is kind of where we're at with building things.
Mm-hmm.
That video, one of the videos we recently released about the duck hutch, like it's really a bird hutch. And that was totally a modified of a bunch of different ideas. And even with that, we're making some changes. We want to try to figure out the best thing that works for the majority of the animals and be able to use that.
Yeah. Terry said, I heard farm eggs from chickens are going for $11. Whew.
Ooh, not around here.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe out in the city, but we're selling ours for $5 a dozen.
$4.
I mean, $4 a
Yeah.
dozen.
Now the ducks I'll do more.
Yeah.
But we're in the country. A lot of people around here have chickens and they have their eggs.
So Emma said, we're getting turkeys for the first time. All right.
Yay.
Broad-breasted white. Awesome. Definitely get a heritage breed if you want to be self-sustainable.
Yeah, we made the mistake, and a lot of people, even our mentors, did not know that the bronze breasted, like we had, like they usually
will
like,
get too heavy to
they
even
get
breed.
too heavy to breed. They're usually artificially inseminated. So we were like, okay, we don't want to be relying on a hatchery. We're trying to get to where we can be self-sufficient.
Yeah, and it's not that they couldn't breathe; it's their chances will diminish.
Like really diminish. Like I've heard people say, yeah, if you do this, I found temperament-wise, okay, yeah, we could have fed them less, and they could have been able, but they were mean. They're so mean when they're hungry. That I do not like.
The 16 turkeys that we had compared to the 27 chickens that we had tore up our yard more than what the chicken. We had to move them a lot more compared to the chickens.
But they followed you around.
Yeah, we definitely bucket trained them. For the structures, you really don't need a structure for them, or at least in our area, we didn't. Once they got to a certain age or a certain size, we didn't. But we just had them we just had the chickshaw in there and around the Gallagher fence.
I would like to have what my Vermouth Refuge built for their turkeys.
Okay. But you just rotate them once you see the grass gets down to a certain level. Feeding schedule, we just fed them in the morning, and then we'll feed them in the evening time. And we fermented most of their feed we learned about fermented towards the end. But that last day of when they go to freezer camp, we didn't feed them anything. They just fed off of the grass. But yeah, we might do what Jess and Jeremiah has a large 10 by 10 kennel with some roosting bars. But the turkey shaw worked pretty well for them.
Our chickens love the turkey shaw. It's a chick shaw now. Or it's like a chicken shaw now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's theirs. You have to build another one.
Whatever. My favorite roux is in the freezer as of yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yep, that definitely deserves a freezer camp award.
So Belly Acres, was it just like all of a sudden it did that? Because that is something I'm worried about. I feel like I have a good, close relationship with all 4 of my roosters. And it would make me so sad. Like if all of a sudden they attacked me, man, the way my temper works, like, yeah, they're going to be in the freezer. But just the idea makes me sad.
Nicole Girl says, I'm not sure about ducks. Don't they fly? Wait, Muscovy ducks will fly. The other commercial ducks will not.
Domesticated ducks generally don't.
Because they're bred for meat, and so they're too heavy for them to. I mean, they'll fly a little bit, but as far as flying away, they won't do. From
everything I've seen, pecans are a good investment to have. They have great temperament.
But I heard Muscovy from Fit Farmer said Muscovy has the best meat duck. It's not as greasy and fat as the regular ducks, but they tend to fly. So, and they're ugly, but I just wanted the meat.
I think they're so ugly. The Muscovies. Hey, TJ, how are you?
Miss Fizz, as soon as I finish with my last Morton salt, I'm getting Redmond. Yes, it is amazing.
Redmond is the best. And you can, I know this is a shameless plug because we are affiliates. You can get a discount in our links below if you like their stuff. I love their garlic. My most favorite in every dish is their garlic salt, and their garlic pepper is my most favorite.
Do you have a source of grit and calcium like oyster shell? So we just basically use our egg shells.
I save all the eggs.
And we put them in the oven.
I dehydrate them
to kill any type of pathogens, and then we grind them up. And we put them in. Lately, I put them in a bowl and just have it a free will for them to eat.
I actually sprinkle it into their feed
that
I ferment every day. Like every time I do the mixed batches, I always put some in.
Yeah, and we noticed that Sexy Black has a low calcium, so
That's why he put that bowl out.
yeah, because it just allows their eggshells to stay a lot harder and allow that grit to digest. Because some of the naked necks, you can see their crop.
Yeah,
And it's one of
so
the
cool.
ugly baby. She has a big. Oh, it's on the right side.
Yeah.
Big old crop that's you could just see like, hey, girl, you need to slow down eating.
I just had to put a what is it called on her back?
All right, Bland. We'll see y'all here shortly after we.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later
after the live
like
and
3-ish.
our chores and stuff. They got a 25-gallon, but the height of the tub, female nurse.
Okay, good.
I started watching when your wife first starts showing hers. And okay. See, you need to do some more.
Yes, I know.
So comment down below if y'all want the missus to do more herb videos, medicinal videos.
I'm going to, I promise.
Sourdough starter videos and stuff like that.
I have a naan bread, sourdough naan bread in the queue to use at some point that I made.
Hey, Love Notes, welcome. How are you?
Oh, what did she say? Salsa verde made with tomatillos is amazing. Yeah, but what is it called when it's the purple ones?
What's the purple? The Spanish word for purple. As of yesterday, we have 8 chicken, 1 in the freezer, 16 eggs in the incubator.
We have an incubator that we have not used yet. I'm wanting to. I think we have plans to do a face-off. He thinks that a hen will hatch out more eggs, and I think the incubator will. So,
and it's not just that; it's also the money. We're going by the money aspect and the resources as well.
Yeah, but I mean, and part of my plan is I'm going to sneak some of those babies underneath the mama. So. Like, I'm going to sneak some of those babies in with her because she's really there and she's probably only going to have to.
You can't come on my side.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, no,
we're married.
No, my hen,
no.
My hen is my girl. You can't touch my girl.
No, I'm going to be like,
nope.
Here you go.
Nope. That's not part of the deal.
Whatever.
Love Note said quail or lamb. I didn't know that. Okay. Salsa morado fresca. Okay.
Everybody tells me that they're quiet, so it's never one that we experience, but that's just from mentors that have told us.
If it's fermented salsa, is not fresca. Okay. So just salsa morada. Did I say it right?
I'm not even gonna try.
Mountain Mama, welcome. Where are you from and where are you located? We do these lives every first Saturday of each month. Starting at 10 a.m. We try to do just an hour, but as we see, we're kind of going over. So we'll answer these quick few questions and get off of here and go on to doing some chores.
We definitely have some chores to do. And I've already had an entire day outside doing some chores.
That's awesome information. Please share that grid.
We have our second batch of breast babies that we have to officially put out on the grass.
Love Note said my chickens are young and started to lay an egg. Buff Orpington. Those are good egg layers as well. Eve Wolf, my kids get into laughing induced and totally sound like quail birds. Buff Orpingtons are cuddlers and great layers. Yes, they are.
Oh, Terry, I hear Kevin.
Yeah, and he's been like that.
He is a Kevin.
I've been looking at Murray McMurray magazines. Oh, I don't have it here right now. Yes, I want to get some blue layers and some green layers. So those will be in April.
So this is Mr. Chicken Math person.
I'm getting them.
And I am not. Like, a lot of people might think I'd be like trying to like have all these. No, I'm not. It's him that's trying to have all these animals.
So Sonny said it would be salsa tomatillo. But I don't think I've ever heard salsa morano. But you could probably call it salsa de tomatillo morado.
Okay.
I don't know. That's too much words.
No, there's that's a lot of big words together.
I order my chickens for Myers Hatcheries because they're guaranteed all females, no roosters. Cool. So do you water the worms? You don't water the worms. You have the soil moist. And if you've seen my video on it, I'll have a cardboard outlay of the container, and then I'll put a plastic bag, because that plastic bag is going to act as a humidity for it to keep that soil moist.
And one of our actual favorite things to do, just out of, I guess, necessity concerning that, Star, is that we always have more stuff out of the kitchen that we like for composting that we don't have a place to put immediately, and we put it in the freezer a lot. So we will take and use the frozen scraps and feed it to the worms, and that moisture is in that food also, so that just kind of like helps the process.
All right, Miss Fit. Yeah, we're about to head. I'm trying to finish these last few questions.
Oh, you can eat duck eggs and
hello, Uncle. Okay. I'm getting your turkeys. Let's see. I'm allergic to chicken eggs and can't eat duck eggs. And who sells
and
them?
Can eat duck eggs.
Oh, okay.
You can't find anybody that sells them
in the Mansfield area.
Man, we're up in Lamar County. That stinks, because I'm about to have duck eggs coming out of my ear. They are they taste, to me, they taste better. So, I mean, I don't think that that's a bad problem to have.
We don't sell duck eggs. We only have 10 now. Well, we only have 4 females or 4 hens. So,
but we are going to be selling some duck eggs.
So when I get my other 10 more Welsh Harlequin ducks, I'm gonna make sure they're female so we can have some.
You see how he just tried to like slide in, and he's gonna have that many more?
I'll look at what Maya built for their turkeys thing. Well, he didn't really build it. He just basically has a huge dog kennel.
It's like a house thing with like wooden sides, so that it's basically a carport that they go under.
No, it's a dog kennel.
Well, to me, it looks
dog
like
kennel.
Okay, whatever.
Blue Acres, homestead roosters need to have spurs trim, and they usually get hostile in the spring when it's time to create. I love a boy. Well, Rudy Roo and all them better hope they stay calm, because
I will smack a rooster. I will.
All right. Yes. Hold. He attacked the Carrie, then attacked me because me. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yesterday he came at me. Thank God, Carrie home, and I so much. Carrie had to kick him away.
It'll take one time for one of them to get ugly with me.
Yeah.
For it to go to freezer camp. Now, right now, they're very, very sweet. Like, they really come up. They eat out of the scoop. They walk with me. If one of them ever decided not to be that way, it'd be gone.
All right. So we thank everybody for coming out, for sharing your time with us.
We really appreciate you guys. And Star, thank you so much.
For really the super sweet chat. We really appreciate it.
And we're always here for questions directly on Instagram for those of you that might have missed that. And we love helping, the community, like sharing information and getting information, like you guys in here that are content creators. We learn from you guys too. And we just really appreciate you guys.
What's going on in the Max? How's the weather out there in Mississippi?
And y'all are going to come in just as we're saying goodbye. Shame on y'all.
Hey, we'll catch up with y'all at the end of the month, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, they're going?
I think. No, I don't think maybe they are going. Are y'all going? Are y'all going anywhere at the end of this month?
I didn't see it on the list. So.
Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. And until the next video, let's grow together.